Today in Shinobi Striker, I will be reviewing the Attack Scroll 7 Ninja Swordsman of the Mist and giving it a full rating at the end of the video. And just keep in mind that this weapon is a defense type, don't let the name confuse you. First we have light attacks, and to do light attacks it's square for PlayStation and X for Xbox. For the light attack you just swing the Executioner's blade horizontally and then vertically. For the double light attack, the character summons Hiramikari twin swords and slashes the opponent from left to right horizontally. For the triple light attack, the character summons Nui Body and then proceeds to pierce the opponent a bunch of times and then wraps them around with the string, trapping them in place. For the quadruple light attack, the character summons Shibuki, which then smashes the opponent, exploding them that's still trapped in Nui Body's string. For the aerial light, the character slashes the opponent from right to left with the Executioner's blade. For the double aerial light, the character summons Kiba, which then slashes the opponent with the thunder effect. For the triple aerial light, the character summons Hiramikari, which does a Beyblade-like effect, slashing the opponent continuously and then smashing the opponent on the ground. Moving on to heavy attacks, and it's triangle for PlayStation and Y for Xbox. For the heavy attack, the character swings the Executioner's blade and then proceeds to summon Kabutowari, smashing the opponent on the ground with its hammer. For the aerial heavy, the character does the exact same sequence, swinging the Executioner's blade and then summoning Kabutowari to smash the opponent with its hammer. Okay, now we're going to go over the combo attacks for this weapon. For the light plus heavy, the character summons Samihara, which then proceeds to keep smashing the opponent on the floor. For the double light plus heavy, the character summons Kiba, jumping in the air and proceeding to smash on the floor, making a thunder current, dealing damage to anyone close. For the triple light plus heavy, the character does the same thing with Nui Body, but at the end doesn't summon Shibuki but summons Hiramikari, slashing the opponent from left to right horizontally. For the aerial light plus heavy, the character summons Samihara, which then proceeds to pull the opponent towards you and then slashes the opponent vertically with the sword. For the double aerial light plus heavy, the character summons Shibuki, proceeding to do 2 explosions and doing damage to anyone near the opponent and the opponent. Moving on to the charge attack, which can only be done if the opponent has a scarlet red circle around them. Now for the charge attack, the character launches at the opponent, kicking them and then slashing them with the Executioner's blade, sending them into the air. Moving on to the heavy hold attack, which basically is done if you hold down the heavy. Now if you hold heavy, the character will summon 3 water clones, which then charge at the opponent, hitting them with 3 of the swords. And it stays the same when done in the air. And before rating the weapon, I just wanted to let y'all know that this was a requested video, so if you have any other requests, just let me know and I'll be sure to make a video exactly like this one, explaining the weapon that you choose. For the first category I will be rating, it's going to be damage. And to say the least, the damage on this weapon is really good. Most of the 7 swords have really good attack power, and overall I think it deserves an 8 out of 10. Moving on to speed, and I do think this is the hardest one to rank just because it has 7 different playstyles and 7 different swords. Some swords are extremely fast and others are really slow. So in that case, I will have to give it a 5 out of 10 to balance things out. Now moving on to range, and just like earlier, it's kinda hard to rank these individual categories, but nonetheless, this weapon still has decent range, and especially with the charge heavy attack, I think it at least deserves a 7 out of 10 in terms of range. Now moving on to combos, and I don't really think I have to say much. We all saw at the beginning of the video how crazy the combos are. I mean, come on, it has 7 weapons, and I think if I give it anything under the rating of 9 out of 10, that would just be tarnish. Moving on to reliability, and to put it simply, this weapon is reliable. It has so many different things and so many different uses. You can help teammates, and it can be used in every situation basically. So I think a 7 out of 10 is pretty good for this weapon. Now moving on to user friendly, I want you to imagine you just got the weapon a couple days ago and you just hopped into your first match with it. And I don't really think this weapon is really good in this kind of situation, just because you wouldn't understand how to use it and it'll just kind of be confusing. I mean, after all, it does have 7 weapons. You really can't comprehend all that in a couple games, and it's not going to be the easiest thing to master. That's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 in user friendly category. Now for the overall rating, drum rolls please. And it's gonna be a 7 out of 10. And yes, you heard it right, a 7 out of 10. Just keep in mind that a 7 out of 10 is insanely good for a defense weapon. And once again, if y'all want any other weapon, just let me know and I gotcha. And if you did enjoy this video, I would highly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. And see ya guys in the next one. Peace out.